Owning a yacht had always been a dream of mine, ever since I was a kid growing up near the Gulf Coast. After serving years in the Navy, saving every spare dime, and working overtime at a cybersecurity firm, I finally made it happen. Liberty, a 50-foot beauty with gleaming decks and a custom interior, was mine. To celebrate, I moved into a gated waterfront community just outside Miami, a picturesque place. Palm trees swaying in the breeze, white fences, and perfect smiles. It seemed like paradise. Until I met HOA Karen. Karen wasn't just a neighbor. She was the self-declared queen of the Homeowners Association. She had a radar for anything she didn't personally approve of. Kids playing too loud? Cited. Grass half an inch too tall? Fined. Halloween decorations not aesthetically pleasing? Banned. She lived to police others, and somehow she believed it was her God-given duty. I stayed under the radar for the first few months, kept to myself. But everything changed the day I docked Liberty at the small marina near my house to prepare for a family cruise the next morning. The trouble started when I ran home to grab supplies. I wasn't gone longer than an hour, but when I returned, my jaw dropped. There, aboard Liberty, was a full-blown party. Music blared so loudly the dock vibrated. Balloons and banners waved in the salty breeze. Karen stood on the upper deck, cocktail in hand, laughing with a group of well-dressed friends. Someone even set up a makeshift bar on the bow. My heart sank as I sprinted toward the dock. Before I could say a word, Karen spotted me and sauntered down the gangway, heels clacking dramatically. "Relax," she said, thrusting a crumpled $1 bill into my hand. "Here's your rental fee for the afternoon. You should be thanking me. We're giving your little boat some life." I stood there, stunned. Surely, this had to be a joke. "You can't just," I started. "Oh, stop being dramatic," Karen interrupted, waving her hand dismissively. "We're doing the community a favor. You left it sitting there all alone. We figured, why waste such a nice yacht?" Before I could respond, someone cranked up the volume even louder. Glass shattered on the deck as someone dropped a bottle. I watched helplessly as guests, many already drunk, stomped across the polished teak floors in muddy shoes, scratching the wood, spilling drinks, and grinding food into the carpeting. At that moment, something snapped inside me. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I pulled out my phone and quietly dialed 911. 911, what's your emergency?" the calm dispatcher asked. "My private yacht has been illegally boarded and is currently being used for a party without my consent," I said, voice steady. "I need police assistance immediately." They dispatched a Marine Patrol unit within minutes. The sight of 2 police boats pulling up to the dock, lights flashing, was something I'll never forget. Officers in dark uniforms boarded Liberty with professional efficiency. The music cut off mid-song. Karen and her guests froze, their festive energy evaporating into pure panic. "Whose vessel is this?" one officer barked. Karen, emboldened by too many mojitos, puffed up and pointed at me. "It's his," she slurred, "but he said we could party. I paid him." She waved the dollar bill like it was some kind of legal contract. The officer turned to me. I calmly handed over my ID, yacht registration, and showed them the dollar Karen had given me. "Sir, do you consent to these people being on board?" the officer asked. "Absolutely not," I said. Karen's jaw dropped. "You liar!" she shrieked. "You can't just—" "Ma'am," the officer interrupted, holding up a hand. "You and your guests are trespassing. You are under investigation for unlawful boarding, potential vandalism, and destruction of property." Karen tried to argue, tried to play the "I know my rights" card, but it was no use. Officers began escorting guests off the boat one by one. A few tried to sneak away down the dock, but were promptly stopped. Karen herself was placed in handcuffs when she refused to comply, still screaming that "this is communism" and "I'm on the HOA board." By the time the dock cleared, the sun was setting, casting an orange glow over the water. The officers took my statement, assuring me they'd help with damage claims and that Karen would be facing serious fines, possibly even a civil lawsuit if I pressed charges. I stood there for a long while after they left, listening to the gentle lap of the waves against the hull. In my hand, I still clutched the crumpled dollar bill. I laughed under my breath. Maybe I'd frame it a trophy, a reminder of the day someone thought $1 could buy them entitlement to someone else's hard-earned dreams. Karen learned the hard way that not everyone would roll over for her, and that some yachts come with more than just an engine. They come with an owner who's ready to fight back. And next time, she'd think twice before trying to rent someone's yacht for $1.